Okay, we're asked to factorise the following. 4x squared subtract 9. Now, in the higher paper, there's something you should be looking out for. If you ever see something that looks like the following. Something squared subtract something else squared. That tends to come up a lot in the higher paper, and it factorises as a add b multiplied by a subtract b, where a is the thing that was squared in the first instance, subtract b is the thing that was squared in the second. Now here this looks like that. I've got to subtract. 4x squared looks like a square number, and 9 certainly is a square number. So this factorises to 2x add 3, 2x subtract 3. This is something you should be spotting, and you should be very familiar with a difference of two squares, like that. Okay, next part. Make m the subject of the formula. So let's highlight m. We've got an m there, and we've got an m there. Now basically, this is very like solving equations. Very, very like solving equations, where you're trying to basically find what m is, but in this case, it's not a number answer, it's going to have algebra in it. So the first thing we've got to do is try and get all the m's to the same side. So let me just write in large our original. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a 3m to both sides. Now the reason I'm adding 3m to both sides is it would bring all the m's together on this side, and it would keep the m's together. Also, the reason I'm adding 3m to both sides rather than subtracting maybe this am is just because everything would be positive then. So I'm going to put a line under this, and I'm going to say my next line is therefore going to be g is equal to am add 3m add 5. Now what I'm going to do is subtract the 5 from both sides. So I'm going to subtract the 5 from both sides in order to just keep everything with m's together. So therefore, I'm going to get myself, my next line is going to be g subtract 5 is equal to am add 3m. Now I can factorise the m. So I can factorise out an m to get a add 3, and that's going to be equal to g subtract 5. And lastly, divide by this bracket, m is going to be g subtract 5 divided by a add 3. So we're going to get that m as the subject of the formula is going to be equal to g subtract 5 divided by a add 3. And that's it, we're done for that.